OG Anunoby. He can show you better than he can tell you. What if I told you the NBA's most dangerous player barely says a word? Meet OG Anunoby, the guy who just signed a $212.5 million deal to be a role player, a guy averaging 17 points a game and saying with a straight face, yeah, I should win Defensive Player of the Year. Oh, and in his first 10 games with the Knicks, he dropped a plus 170 plus minus, the best 10-game start in NBA history. Like, is that even real or just lucky basketball? Some say he's just another overpaid 3-and-D wing riding the market wave. Others say he's the secret sauce that separates contenders from pretenders. So, what is he? A $40 million sidekick with good PR, or basketball's ultimate cheat code hiding in plain sight? Let's break it down.
Toss it. It is DiVincenzo. Too strong. Back to Hartenstein. To Harden. Anunoby. He's going to drive it. Anunoby with a grown man's jam.
Here's the thing about OG Anunoby that nobody talks about. This dude was basically invisible before he became impossible to ignore. We're talking about a kid born in London who somehow ended up playing high school ball in Jefferson City, Missouri. Talk about taking the scenic route to stardom. When OG rolled up in Indiana University, recruiting services barely knew he existed. 3-star prospect? More like 3 people cared. But here's the plot twist nobody saw coming. The kid was 6'8" with a 7'2" wingspan. That's not human, that's alien technology. Like Mother Nature got bored one day and decided to create the perfect defensive weapon, then forgot to tell anyone about it. At Indiana, OG put up decent stats, 11.1 points, 5.4 rebounds, but the numbers barely scratched the surface. What really stood out, coaches trusted him to guard anybody, anywhere, anytime. He wasn't just versatile, he was positionless before positionless was cool. But NBA scouts weren't just looking at stats. They were watching how he moved, how he fought, how he dominated without trying to. Even with a torn ACL clouding his draft stock, smart franchises saw something special brewing. The 2017 NBA draft arrived with OG as damaged goods on paper. Scouts worried more about his offense than they celebrated his defense. But Masai Ujiri and the Raptors front office, they saw gold when others saw risk. With the 23rd pick, Toronto made the kind of move that separates championship franchises from lottery teams. They bet on length, work ethic, and that quiet assassin energy you can't teach. And that bet? Pure gold. As a rookie in 2017-18, OG played in 74 games, starting 62, crazy rare for a late first rounder. He averaged just under 6 points, shot 37% from 3, and logged steals, stops, and stress for opposing wings every night. LeBron, KD, Jimmy, OG didn't flinch. 2018-19 brought Toronto's championship run with Kawhi Leonard. While OG missed the entire playoff run due to emergency appendectomy surgery, his regular season impact was crucial. He anchored second-unit lineups across 67 games, helping the Raptors finish 5th in defensive rating. The foundation was being built, brick by brick. After Kawhi ghosted Toronto for LA, the Raptors didn't panic. They handed OG bigger responsibilities. And this silent assassin started his transformation. 2022-21, 16 points, 40% from 3, 1.5 steals per game. He wasn't just a 3-and-D guy anymore. He was becoming a legitimate two-way threat. At that point, it was clear the Raptors hadn't drafted a role player. They had developed a cornerstone, one who could defend anywhere, hit big shots, and do it all without saying a word. But as OG kept leveling up, the Raptors were evolving too. Pascal Siakam was doing more. Fred VanVleet was running the offense. Scotty Barnes arrived and quickly became the shiny new face of a franchise. And OG, still starting, still producing, still locking down stars, but often felt like the fourth option in his own story. Even posting 17.1 points and 5.5 rebounds in 2021-22, plus a league-leading 1.9 steals in 2022-23, his role stayed frustratingly contained. Efficient, but limited. Powerful, but restrained. He finally got his flowers with NBA All-Defensive Second Team honors in 2023. Long overdue recognition for the guy who guards your best player and makes it look routine. But even with the accolades, the whispers were getting louder. OG never said a word publicly. No Twitter drama, no cryptic Instagram posts, but everyone knew this man wanted more than being the best defender who stands in the corner. He wanted to show the world what he could really do. December 30th, 2023 changed everything. Toronto traded OG Anunoby to the Knicks for RJ Barrett, Emmanuel Quickley, and a second-round pick. Bold move for both sides. For the Knicks, it meant going all in on defense and toughness. For OG, it meant something bigger, freedom. And what happened next? That's when the real OG Anunoby stood up. It started quietly after the trade. January 1st, 2024, OG had his Knicks debut. New year, New York, new OG. He dropped 17 points, got the win, and, as always, said nothing. But his game, it spoke loud. The impact was immediate and undeniable. In his first 14 games, the Knicks went 12-2. His averages, 15.6 points, 4.6 rebounds, 1.8 steals, shooting 50% from the field and 39% from three. The Knicks' defensive rating with OG on the court, 102.4, the best in the entire league during that stretch. Then reality hit. Elbow surgery in February, loose bone fragment, out for a month, the basketball gods testing him one more time. But here's what separates stars from role players, how they respond to adversity. March 12, 2024, OG returns, shakes off the rust like it's nothing. By late March, this man went nuclear, 21.8 points per game, 60.9% true shooting, attacking off the dribble like he'd been doing it his whole life. This wasn't your typical 3-and-D guy anymore. This was a problem. OG had officially entered his bag. Then came the moment the league had to pay attention. November 25th, 2024, versus the Denver Nuggets. OG dropped a career-high 40 points on 16 of 23 shooting, including 5 of 7 from 3. The Knicks shot 60.9% from the field that night and tied a franchise record with 45 assists. OG was the spark that lit the fire. He kept it rolling into December and January. Still efficient, still lethal. But the heavy workload eventually caught up. His three-point shooting dipped to 23.6% over a brutal 9-game stretch in December. He played 49 straight games before his body finally said, enough. But champions use rest to reload. When OG returned in late February 2025, he looked like a completely different animal. Multiple 30-point performances, consistently the Knicks' second-best player, career highs across the board, 18.0 points per game, 47.6% from the field, 37.2% from three. And Knicks fans started realizing what Raptors fans had whispered for years. OG Anunoby is way more than a role player. The front office saw it too. That summer, they locked him down. 5 years, $212.5 million. A massive bag for a guy who doesn't scream star power, but brings it every single night. And he wasn't done. The playoffs were next. This was OG's biggest stage yet, and he showed out. Round 1 versus Detroit, he helped close the series with 22 points, 5 rebounds, 3 steals, and 2 blocks in 44 minutes. Vintage OG, locked in on both ends, no shortcuts. But Boston, that's where he became legendary. Game 1, down 20. OG drops 29 points, drills 6 threes, and clamps Jason Tatum when it matters most. He ties the game in overtime with a steal and score, then seals it at the line. New York stole home court because OG stole the show. That's when a trend emerged. When OG takes 14 or more shots, the Knicks are 8-0. Fewer than that, just 5-9. The formula was simple. Feed the quiet assassin. Watch magic happen. Game 6, clincher. OG adds 23 points as New York steamrolls Boston 119-81. The Knicks reached their first Eastern Conference Finals since 2000, and OG was the catalyst. They eventually fell to the Pacers. But OG's playoff averages told the story. 19.0 points, 6.3 rebounds, 1.7 steals, while defending the best player on the floor every single night. This wasn't just stepping up. OG evolved from a role player helping others shine to a star sharing the spotlight. And how did he get there? By doing one thing better than almost anyone else: defending. OG didn't chase highlights, didn't beg for touches. He just shut people down, played his role like a superstar, and let the rest grow from there. That's the lesson. That's the formula. Dominate your lane. Coaches notice. Scouts notice. The league notices. That's how you get minutes. That's how you earn the bag. That's how a quiet kid from Jefferson City ends up on the biggest stage, doing more than just holding his own. He's holding it down. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button, subscribe for more NBA content that goes beyond the highlights, and drop a comment letting us know which player's journey you want to see next. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.